Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SA Accounting Academy. Here's a short clip on one of our previous webinars. I hope that you really do enjoy it.
Goeiemorgen, Sawubona, Nkosi, to everybody that is here. Good to have you here. If you're getting cut off at 10, don't worry. This is only an hour. This is a bit of a teaser. It is a free session. We're doing a 4-hour session of this next week, but that obviously is the paid version. Tamba, I was there on Friday. It's good to have you all here, and it's good to be with you today. So today is really a highlights package. This is, we're going to give you a taste of what next week's one is about. Next week one, obviously, we've got some more time. We've got 4 hours that we can sit and really talk and engage and chat and dig into these principles a lot more deeply. Okay. Oh, my Cape Townians, you're making me so jealous. My ancestors are from Scotland. You might notice that I'm rather fair, and my entire family is pretty much from my dad and my mom's side are from Northern England, Scotland. And I always joke and say I was born on the wrong continent because I do not handle the heat well. Give me a misty, rainy day with any day of the week, and I am as happy as Larry. But I've got friends that are solar powered, and so they are just soaking up this heat, and they just think it's the best thing out. It takes all types in this world. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. Thank you for the chit chat beforehand. I do try and get in a little bit early, just so that we can chat and warm up the system, as one of my other organizers say, and we can get the engine started and test everything out. It's so lovely to see so many of you on board. Today is a 1-hour session, so you only have me for a short bit of time this morning. We are going to be talking ethics. I am passionate about ethics. I am constantly looking for examples and reflecting on my own life. And it's, what I love about ethics is that this is my 6th or 7th ethics session in the last 3 or 4 weeks. And I will be doing plenty more. I think I pretty much do an ethics session a week. And every single one is different. Every single one I engage with differently. I'm walking a path, as all of us are walking a path, where we encounter obstacles, we encounter challenges, we encounter things to champion each day. And that hones and refines and refocuses and recalibrates our ethical point of view. And, ethics is a challenge. It's a challenge to maintain that level of standard that we expect of ourselves. There's so many, the temptation to do the easy thing is always there. The temptation to do what everybody else is doing is always there. I saw a brilliant quote, and it was the hard thing and the right thing are often the same thing. And it's the small little things in our everyday life that sort of add up. So normally when you do ethics, and what we'll look at ethics next week when we do the 4-hour session, because I have more time to dig into it, we do break ethics down between your personal ethics and your business ethics and your professional ethics, because your base and your heart of your ethical being comes from who you are as a person. And so you can't separate yourself out as being just the accountant versus Karen the person, because it is all mixed up and melded in. And we are principle-based accountants, and we are principle-based ethics people. So a bit of spoiler alert for next week, when I talk about the fact that we are non-consequentialists, we believe in the principle of the thing. And so when we are exercising this muscle that is our ethical conscience and our ethical belief system, every little decision we make, whether it's professional or not, can be considered as part of our growth with respect to this. So, we've got this voice and this friend sitting on our shoulder, being our conscience and being our ethical compass. And it's not just there for business decisions. It's not just there for professional decisions. It encompasses your whole life. And I have to say, I've become very aware of a whole different aspect this year. My son is in grade 7, and for a couple of reasons, it's been interesting to watch. But one of the biggest challenges and one of the most interesting issues is he's 12, and so turning 13, and we have decided that this is the year of yes. This is the year of adventures. We feel like we've been in hibernation for the last 2 years. I don't know if anybody else is feeling like 2020 is almost 2022 is 2020 redo, is what we're saying as a family. And we're getting an opportunity to do things we haven't been able to do for the last 2 years. And we wanting to go and see this beautiful country. We wanting to, go to the Berg and the bush and the beach and Cape Town. We wanting to get down to you. And being 12 and traveling, he turns 13 in August, and all of these places say, 12 and under. And you've got this, and you go to the Midmar Dam, whatever, and they say, how old are you? You're 12. And my husband turned around and joked with my son and said, well, you're going to be 12 until December, my boy, because, the cost goes up. And it was like, no, actually, that's the wrong attitude. When he turns 13, he turns 13. And yes, the costs are going to go up, but the right thing to do is to admit that he's 13. And what role model am I setting to my child to say, well, lie about your age simply so that we can save costs? It starts there. It starts right there as to what is permissive and what is right and what is the correct thing to do. And yes, it's very easy because my son's got a very innocent face and his voice hasn't broken, and he could pass off as a 10-year-old quite easily, but it's not right. And so ethics is one of these things that encompasses every action we have, and we don't know who's watching. We don't know who is looking at us and sort of saying, well, that's how an ethical person operates, and that is what it means to be ethical. So we've got to keep on, I talk about recalibrating and, fine-tuning our compass, because we get our true north, the compass, the magneticness of it gets weakened and tempted by things around us because it's so tempting. Times have been tough. You're wanting to do all these amazing things, and it'll be easier to do more if it was cheaper, but it's not right. Okay. It's not right to do this. So what you have to do is keep on making the right decisions, even though they might cost you in other spaces, but it's the right thing to do. So that's one of the challenges that myself I come across. One of the other challenges that I come across with all of this is the fact that your personal ethics sometimes can be a weakness with your professional ethics. And one of the biggest challenges I come across is the concept of loyalty. And there's a reason why familiarity and not being, trying not to do work with your family and your friends is important, because when to have that virtue of loyalty and faithfulness, it's an important and a good loyalty to have, a virtue to have. But then when you're having to have hard conversations, or when people are taking advantage of it, then that becomes an issue. Okay. So as you see, I like questions. I am watching. I am seeing issues about the number of attendees. We've hit our max, which I'm very flattered at. We have issues. The notes are under the shared file, so please have a look there. I'm sure that there is a recording, but Innocent from SA Accounting Academy, who is my wingman in today's session, he's my technical backup. He'll be addressing the technical issues and those type of issues in the chat box. I'll be addressing the topic-related queries. So as we go, so I see what you're sort of saying. You're relating to what I'm saying here. The one thing that I've come to fully appreciate, and the more I go along this ethical journey, and the more I observe, and the more I reflect, and the more I discuss this with people, it always comes down to the little things. The big things don't happen out of the blue. Okay. It's the little things that add up. It's also the calluses you get to the decision making that you have.
I hope that you enjoyed that video. For more of our webinar videos, go to www.accountingacademy.co.za. Thank you and have a lovely day.